it's like I could see it, like
Yeah. Okay, describe it. Maybe
bubbles.
bubble. What the
Tank.
Powerpuff Girls?
No.
Cold Beet Soup is a podcast for casual fans who want to explore lore and fandom rabbit holes in music and gaming.
And are sad sometimes.
Hi everyone. Hope you're having a great week. We're back again with another episode of Cold Beet Soup. Vicky would not let me look at what she did.
Yes.
She would not let me look at the presentation beforehand. She was very secretive
I
about it.
wanted your honest reaction to this.
She was very suspicious.
No, because it's like it's so what we're doing today is vaults.
Okay. What's a vault? What is that?
So I will go into that. Okay. So from
I'm raising
Fallout,
my eyebrows, audio listeners.
From Fallout, the game. Yeah.
What's Fallout?
Fallout is a game. Okay.
Okay.
By Bethesda.
Okay, what's it about?
I will go into it.
Oh, okay.
I have it.
I want to start grilling her right away.
It's because usually we'll be like, here, you could go look through this if you have questions, get prepared and stuff. But I picked 5 volts that I thought were interesting and stuff, and I want your honest opinion, like not like honest opinion, but like honest reaction, like, whoa, this is what the heck?
Yeah.
So I didn't want you to already see it, and then you'd be like, oh yeah, you know, like
I remember that one.
Yeah, like I want you to be like, what the heck? And then if you have questions and I don't know the answers, then I don't know the answers. It's how it goes. I tried to do I had so many tabs open, so I tried to do the best I could. Some of them there are no answers that I could find. So you know,
fun.
Yeah,
it's a mystery.
Yeah, and if there are answers that I couldn't find that the viewers find, please comment below and let us know, because I used Reddit for a lot of this, because the fans of the Reddit
that's a lot of fandoms in general. Like when I was doing the 21 Pilots research, the 21 Pilots subreddit was a good source of information. Star Wars too. I mean, any sort of fandom, that's where a lot of people, because it's like a forum, so people are able to, you know, have a discussion about different things, what their theories are. So no, it's super interesting.
So let's go to the recording scene.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa, wow, radiation.
You can't see where it says Vault Soups.
You can't see the title.
It's okay.
Oh no, now I don't know what the presentation is
or
about.
By who it's by.
Oh, geez.
Oh, man. All right.
Oh, my God.
So. Let's just...
Good start.
All right, Fallout and the Vaults. Okay, we're going without going too much into Fallout. Fallout kicks out in the mid-20th century in the post-World War II world. That looks like a lot like our own. Okay, so it's like everything for Fallout, the game, the history is everything's the same.
Jesus Christ, Rocky! Sorry, it was your cat. Our cat just put his whiskers on my knee, and I was like, oh.
So everything's the same upon our history up until 1969. Fallout branches out to its own unique direction. Okay. With the threat of communism looming large in Fallout's America, and communism, I believe it was China instead of...
Oh, instead of Russia?
Yeah.
Oh. In the game?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, because we know. You know.
Oh. No, I don't know. No, tell me.
America made the radical decision to reshape itself from 50 states into 13 Commonwealth. As for audio listeners, I have a picture of the 13 Commonwealths divided. As you can see, we're in the Midwest Commonwealth.
I like the United Mexican States. Well, instead of Mexico, it's the United Mexican States.
That's because, fast forward to the resource war, with fossil fuel running on empty, the superpowers of the world started to fight over limited resources.
Fair.
Europe declared war on the Middle East. While over here, the U.S. invaded Mexico. That's why United Mexican States.
Oh.
And Canada, occupied Canada.
I was going to say occupied Canada. Occupied by us, or?
Annexes, I can't.
Annexes.
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
Okay.
And had to defend its Alaskan territory from China.
Nice.
Yeah. The war is what naturally sets off the spark that leads to the nukes to drop.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Before they drop in 2054, so we're fast forwarding, the U.S. government and a secretive organization known as the Enclave. See, I always said Enclave when I played it. Enclave,
yeah.
Oh. That's my European coming out.
No. That's okay. It's
Enclave?
Yeah, Enclave.
Enclave.
Yeah. Someone in the comments is gonna be like, actually it's enclave.
Right.
Like, oh geez, I don't know. As far as I know, it's enclave.
Probably, yeah.
Well, it's a weird word. I mean, nobody ever uses. I only remember it from like probably from reading books, like some history book or something.
Yeah. No, just kidding.
Anyway,
they commissioned Vault-Tec. Okay, that's a company.
Okay.
And Robco, another company, just big companies like tech companies, to start working on Project Safe House.
So Enclave commissions two companies, one Vault-Tec, one called Robco. Okay, got it.
This involves building 122 public vaults across America. Each can hold about 1K citizens.
1,000.
That's the official story. Wink, wink. In my notes, you see the wink?
I do. Yeah, it's really funny. Oh. Next slide or no? Yeah. No, that's interesting. I wonder what the real story is.
No, it's okay. It's all good.
No, it's great. No, you're doing great.
Okay, guys, this is the last episode.
You're like, actually,
So this guy, I forgot his name. I think it's Howard.
Oh yeah, he's the one from the show. Okay.
Yeah, they from the show they use him as the Vault Boy.
Okay. Yeah, that's the blonde kid, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't for audio. Like yeah, right. For audio listeners, it's the guy. I believe it's Howard. It's drawing a blank from the show from Fallout the show. They use him as the Vault Boy.
I recognize him. People said he did a really good job in the show. I haven't seen it yet, but I've been meaning to watch it.
You got it.
Yeah.
I've seen it like 3 times.
Okay. Because it's on Max, right?
No, it's on Prime.
Oh, Prime. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll have to watch that.
So they were really a basis for a completely different social experiment. Now you might be wondering, wait, how did they monitor these experiments? Because you asked this before.
Oh, I was like, why is she yelling? Yeah, how did that? That's true.
Great question. Thank you for asking. Sorry, I got excited for this because I remember when you asked, and I was like, I remember she asked.
You're like, I'm ready for your question.
And thank you, fandom of Reddit, for the answer.
Oh, jeez. Someone's calling. Okay.
Can you tell I started working this week? I'm like tired.
Yeah, she's in her loopy state.
Yeah, it's like 7 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
like...
it's almost her bedtime. Actually.
Some vaults had direct observations, and some were to observe from their headquarters via status updates from each vault overseer.
Okay.
Okay, what's an overseer? It's like a mayor. I guess that's the best way you could say it. Like a leader, a person.
Were they in the experiment themselves?
Some knew about the experiment, some didn't.
Oh God.
So
they just thought they were like a mayor of this bunker, and that's just
that's what some fans said. Because I couldn't find a direct answer of like, yes, every overseer knew that they were like they were from Vault-Tec or from Robco, and they knew like what was going on. Some were saying that some knew, some didn't. Some were saying that the computers that they were writing on their reports were being monitored. Some were saying where I just lost my place.
I have another question.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming if the overseer knew, they were probably instructed not to tell everybody else, right?
Yes.
Because that would kind of taint the
Yes.
experiment. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so.
And then the enclave. Some were saying that the Volts would report to them, who were expected to be the only ones to survive and repopulate the wasteland.
Oh.
Another Redditor said the oil rig would monitor it, which was the headquarters for the enclave. In Fallout 2. That's where I read. That's where I didn't want to put like from this game or this game. I'm just taking it all as a whole. So that's what I saw like in this, just people speculating from different ones.
But nothing ever like officially confirmed by the game, which is probably on purpose.
Yeah, no one big collective was all like, nope, in this game specifically they said this. Yeah. I couldn't find.
That's kind of the fun part about Bethesda game, or just games where they create their own world. That is part of the fun, is you get to speculate, you get to theorize. It brings a community together as well, especially when you're able to speculate in that way constructively, not just be like, oh, that doesn't make any sense, that's stupid. Like, just being constructive about it. I noticed that a lot in referencing 21 Pilots again, but I noticed that a lot with 21 Pilots. Like, I'm thinking about this, and someone would say, oh, that's so interesting, like I'd never thought, so it's just a nice way to build a community, I think. So it's fascinating.
So the next 5 slides are basically 5 different Volts I found interesting. There's, like I said, what was it, 122 or something like that? So I went through, there's once again on Reddit, someone listed all the Volts and like brief descriptions. So I found the ones, and then I went in and looked deeper into them. And I basically did a brief summary on each Volt. So just wanted to share basically just interesting Volts. Just
so 5 of these experiments that went on. Yes. Now, is this from? Does this? And I might have missed this. Does this span all the games?
Yes. Okay. Yes. This could be from any game. I didn't go from just one game. It could be from any of them. I believe none of these are from the show. None that I.
So they go over Vaults in the show.
Yes.
Spoiler. I don't know. It's been out for a while, so I think Okay. Anyway. I mean, it's also like, if you know Fallout, I feel like you would expect it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It makes sense. Especially when the picture, the promo, it's a ball.
Well, I don't know anything about it, so I was just like, oh, he's wearing a funny outfit. Because literally I saw it, I was like, that's a funny outfit. Not knowing anything about. I do have to play the games. I own them.
Yeah, I have some of the games, and I started, I think, New Vegas I started. But
yeah.
This is Vault 95. This is the entrance. Most of the pictures you will see is just entrances on here. So audio listeners, it's just entrance pictures, nothing wow pizzazz kind of thing.
Yeah.
This one piqued my interest because this was filled with addicts. Drug addicts. Drug addicts.
I was going to say, like, in a house. Just a bunch of roofs and that's stupid. It's not even a funny joke. Right, drug addicts. Okay. Yeah. End presentation.
It's full of equipment and programs to help everyone get clean.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
After 5 years, everyone was stone cold sober. And they were happy.
Nice.
And everyone was getting along. Then the Vault Tech Sciences there unleashed the hidden stash of chemts. That's slang word for drugs.
Oh my god.
That could be anything from pre-war pharmaceuticals and homemade narcotics. And that's when everything went to hell. People fought and killed each other. Some just overdosed to escape reality
of
the families they built, murdering each other. And that was Vault 95.
And what game is this from?
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't look at the
Yeah, they didn't. No one listed like, oh, this is from game blah blah.
Oh, okay,
it was just a list of
the vaults themselves.
Whatever.
In the. Oh, you haven't played. I was gonna ask if you can visit vaults in the game.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that's cool. You just see a drug addict.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God.
Right. It's like, oh man, it starts off like, nice, they
Yeah,
got
they got
clean, they got
clean.
all happy, they all
Built,
like live lives, they all like
yeah.
built relationships, families, and then that 5 year mark hit, boom, stash came out.
It's like once given the opportunity.
Yep. Because,
It's kind of dark.
because when for addiction, you're never fully like, oh, I'm not an addict anymore. You're always in recovery.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So you're always,
yeah.
It never goes away.
And there's like nothing else to do. I mean, you're in a bunker, right? So
yeah,
eventually it makes sense that the temptation would take over. And also it's like, hey, they're doing it, so screw it. Like, screw all this. God, that's so sad. That's really sad.
Yeah,
is there a happy one?
Oh,
jeez. Oh, jeez.
This is why I didn't want to have you see.
Oh my God.
All right, next one. Okay.
All around me.
Vault 11. Every year, one person has to be sacrificed or the whole vault will be killed. Which turned out to be a lie.
Oh my God.
The population was tricked into sacrificing one of their own for years until only 5 were left. When they refused to sacrifice anyone from there, the vault computer opened the vault and congratulated them on choosing human life.
Oh my God.
4 of the remaining 5 killed themselves because of the guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before there were 5 left, there was a mass riot, which resulted in the death of most of the vaults because they were like sick and tired of sacrificing. They were like, enough is enough.
Oh my God! Wait, so the final person just left the vault then, or was just doing whatever?
Yeah, I guess. There was no explanation. I didn't see any explanation like of what happened.
Crazy, because that would be really cool if that person was an NPC in the game. I don't know how it is with those games if you can interact with other vault survivor if there's others around.
I believe so.
Because that would be really cool, and you like get to hear their backstory a little bit and like I don't know. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you wonder, like, what if they did it sooner?
Yep.
But they never thought about
doing it for years.
Mm-hmm. But they just didn't think about it because authority told them this is how it has to be, and they're like, okay. But I wonder, like, okay, going into a vault, so people are just like, the world is gonna be nuked or whatever.
No, like the world was nuked and radiation.
Right, so it's like you have to go in this bunker.
Yeah.
And this is your life now. And people are like, okay. But it's just kind of crazy how, like, they're like, this is your life now. Oh, also, these are the rules. Mm-hmm. It's really interesting how nobody questioned that at all.
Well, it's either that or you're dead and you go out.
Yeah.
And, it's...
True. They're like, well, but it's not even that, though. They said, or the whole vault will be killed. Like, what is what's the value in that, right? Like, okay, I can get killed in here or get killed out there.
Yeah.
Right? So that's kind of interesting how that one speaks on authority a lot. Mm-hmm. A lot of times people will just follow the herd. Yep. It's like the herd mentality. It's like, oh, well, guess we're going to be killed, so have to sacrifice someone.
Yep.
Nuts.
All right, next one.
Cray.
All right, Vault 92.
Okay.
They took people hoping to keep music alive for the aftermath, like, once we repopulate the world after to keep music alive, and drove them mad with white noise.
Oh,
so by playing white noise over and over. Because Vault Tech was trying to use it to implant combat suggestions through white noise. Because they were trying to see if they can use white noise. Yeah, but instead... all the vault dwellers, that's what they're called, went insane and started killing each other. And...
Well, wait, where does the music come in?
Like, music. They were just people like playing music, like musicians.
Oh, they'd have to play while the white noise is happening.
They had that, but they had white noise playing at all times, like through speakers. Like
that makes it so hard to focus.
Yeah, so nonstop, 24/7.
Yeah.
You couldn't escape it.
Oh,
So
sounds awful.
yeah, I just wanted to put that because we both like music, and I was like, dang.
Imagine being like, yeah, we're in the music bunker. Hey, what's that sound?
Yeah.
And then it just doesn't stop.
It just doesn't.
Yeah.
That would drive me, because I listen to music at work all the time, and just imagining hearing white noise the whole time.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
This is Vault 92, by the way, audio listeners.
I would make like ghetto earplugs. Like, ha ha. Yeah.
So this one's not too bad, but
it would suck if you were deaf.
Oh yeah,
you wanted that one. You're like, what noise?
Yeah, but they would just someone might kill you. So
yeah. That's nuts.
All right, this one.
Vault 75.
Vault 75. Built under a middle school to attract families with children. On the day the bombs fell, the parents were separated from their kids and then immediately killed by Vault security. The children were then put into super soldier
oh my god.
Eugenics program where they were physically and mentally abused for the rest of their short lives in an attempt to create a more advanced breed of human.
Oh my god.
Any child that was unfit to join the research team upon turning 18 were murdered, then covered up by telling the other children that they went out to the wastelands.
All of these would be really good spin-off stories.
Right, like
its own
little
yeah,
like maybe not a whole TV show, but like a little
limited series.
Yeah, like a web series.
Like one or two. I mean, with this, I don't know, you can stretch it out because with these types of stories, you can focus on a couple of characters and then do like an exposition where it's like laying the road, then you get to meet this person and that person, then you get to like find out how they came here and why they are the way that they are, because that would be super interesting as a TV show, like all the vaults. If they come up with this show, I'm gonna be pissed because I'm like, damn it, that was a good idea.
Like they flash or an episode is a vault.
Yeah.
And they just show you
Yeah. No.
Where's our money, Netflix?
Yeah. Come on, Netflix, call us up, because that's crazy. Like, more advanced breed of human. Oh, it just sounds awful. It makes me think of the Black Widow, like how they joined that school. Yeah, the Red Room, and like.
Or was it Deadpool? No, Wolverine. Where they were
with the X-Men. I mean, the X-Men.
Not X-Men. That were doing the testing. Fuck. I'm trying to think. It's like I could see it. Like.
Yeah. Okay, describe it. Maybe.
Bubbles.
Bubble? What the
tank?
Powerpuff Girls?
No. Laying in tanks, bubbles, like testing. Doing testing on them.
Are you sure it was an X-Men school for gifted, or like to see their powers, right?
But it wasn't like they were there on their own accord. They were there against their will.
Oh, is this Marvel, DC?
I want to say it's Marvel because I don't watch DC.
This was a movie?
I think it was a movie.
It's been a while since I've watched a Marvel, so now it's hard for me to remember.
Or was it X-Men? Or was it with the Wolverine movie with the first Wolverine?
That kid movie? With the kid, or no?
No,
that's a different one.
The first Wolverine movie where they made Deadpool like really shitty.
Oh yeah. Is that the one where Jennifer Lawrence is the shapeshifter too? That series? Because she's in the X-Men.
Maybe.
She's the... Oh gosh, I can't remember her name, but she's blue. She's like blue Mystique? And she can... Mystique, yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
It could be X-Men. I don't know if Magneto maybe did that.
Maybe it's Magneto.
Because he was also... Charles Xavier. They had the school, but I think the school was like... They don't... I don't know if they forced you or not forced you to go. I don't think Charles Xavier was a bad guy.
Man,
maybe.
Now it's gonna bother me. I know I'm not trying to like drag out like.
No, this is a good conversation.
I'm trying to think. Like I could see it like in my head. Like it was like lab testing.
Oh my god, I know what you're talking about. And they broke out of the
Yeah,
lab.
yeah.
Oh my god, no, I know what you're talking about.
Wasn't it Deadpool was in there because he was talking
I think
to...
so. Superhero movie.
Yeah, it was the first Deadpool one because it was the
Yeah.
girl like with the
with the cigarette,
with
the toothpick.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's
okay.
just Deadpool.
Yeah, okay.
It's Deadpool.
Yeah,
Okay. It was that creepy scientist guy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Sorry, guys. Full circle. The listeners were like, "It's Deadpool."
They're like, "Come on, you
figure it out."
idiots.
Well, because then now when you brought up Marvel, I'm like sifting through all the Marvel in my head. I also I've been catching up on my comics, so I was reading a Scarlet Witch comic. So like Scarlet Witch was on my mind, but I was like, it's not her. She's got some good. It's like a compilation. It was like the complete collection of Scarlet Witch, and it's cool because the different comics have like different art styles. So some are like I'll finish the story and then I'll swap. I'm like, oh, it's this art style, so it's cool. Everything's a little bit different, but I like her.
Yeah,
she's a badass.
Mm-hmm.
Very underrated in the movies originally, and then they did WandaVision, and that was cool. And
yeah,
then,
I like WandaVision.
Then they showed how strong she was in the Doctor Strange movie,
and then they killed her off, right? Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Never found a body, so. But
we'll find out. Well, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. Well, it's funny. The Doctor Strange movie should have been a Wanda movie, to be honest. It's like mostly about her.
Anywho,
that's a whole other discussion.
Anywho, we'll save the Marvel for another.
Yeah, that could be another. Oh God, but that one's crazy, and even crazier. They were not successful, right? Were they able to create a more advanced breed of human? Did they follow up on that for Vault 75?
Well, they're super mutants.
Yeah, but
they made super mutants.
Okay, so they were successful in making mutants, or
super mutants, yeah. Oh, shit. Because there's mutants. There's ghouls.
Well, there's mutants in the game.
I think there's super. Is it super ghouls or super mutants?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's super mutants in the game.
Okay. Are they a result from this vault, or is that just a separate, like, existing mutants from
I think
whatever?
It's a result. Yeah, I think it's a result from experiments, but I'm not 100% sure. I didn't.
They almost look like ogres. Kind of like
It's by exposing a regular human to a variety of the force. It's from a virus.
Oh, interesting.
So
okay. If it ties in with this or not, or
I don't know if it ties in. It might. It might be a different vault that they did that.
True.
Probably, which it sounds familiar, but
yeah. Okay.
All right, and the last one, which is not too bad.
Oh, why'd you put dolls?
It's puppets.
I hate dolls.
Vault 77 housed only one man who was provided a crate of puppets to serve as company.
Oh, fuck that. No.
On February 4th, that's my birthday.
Oh, no.
2079, Puppet Man found a crate of hand puppets and immediately began playing with them. He quickly lost himself in his puppet games, and by March 30th, he started to believe that the Vault Boy puppet was talking to him. That night, he tore apart the king puppet and then accused the Vault Boy puppet of the murder. The Vault Boy puppet responded that it was actually Puppet Man himself who murdered the king puppet, prompting the two to escape in fear for what the dog puppet might do. Puppet Man left Vault 77 thereafter, leaving the location uninhibited. So it's not too bad. It's just, I was like, what the
yeah. Well, it's because you have no one to talk to.
Yeah, just puppets.
So of course you're gonna go crazy. Like, this is, as soon as you're like, oh, he's left alone with puppets, I was like, oh, he's gonna do some wild shit.
Imagine each vault holds 1,000 people capacity. You just took a whole vault.
Oh, there's so many puppets.
You just took a whole vault.
That's my nightmare.
One vault that could save 1,000 people, and you put one man in with puppets. You just wasted all that time.
The Enclave, they don't seem like nice people.
No, there was some vaults with 999 men and one woman, and then 999 women with one man. There was vaults like that too.
Oh, jeez.
Like it's like crazy. All types of vaults, man.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like a follow-up on this. I like these. You guys can let us know in the comments, but I thought it was super interesting hearing about all these different vaults. And since there's so many, like, we
Yeah.
could do a follow up. I don't know. Let us know in the comments.
Next one is all the good ones. Well,
If
better.
there is, I don't
There
know.
really wasn't any, but there's like, as you could see, some were like the ones I showed were like more on the depressing side, and then the last one is like, what the?
Because I'm sad sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, it's cool. It makes me want to watch the show for sure. And I do have the game. I just I haven't had time to play really. Um it's hard like when you stream and you spend your time streaming and then working on content as well, then to the time to actually like play, just to like play is kind of different. Although like if I play a game on stream, I'll finish, I'm fine with finishing it. But it's some games I like don't want to play on stream because I just want to be stone faced. Or some games like Jedi Survivor, it's a very highly graphic intensive game, which I think my laptop would be able to support it. But my fear is like I am playing, something goes wrong with the stream, it's all everything shuts down. Like I don't want that either. So yeah, I totally get that. I have a follow up on the 21 Pilots finally. It finally happened. For those of you that have been listening from the beginning, you know that the first episode I discussed 21 Pilots lore and how every single week I'm like, oh, they still haven't released that music video. They said they're gonna release. Well, this time they did. Yeah. So before I even like go into the music video, I want to follow up on like how it came up to be because that story is kind of wild. So the last time I mentioned how people found that pamphlet thing with all the pictures. Yeah. So the fans were still trying to figure out what it was. And there is this Twitter page called Blurry Face. I don't know who runs that profile. There has been, in reference to other lore related things, there's been like tweets or whatever, like, which I didn't cover in my presentation because specific stuff. So it could be someone from the band or someone that runs the band, but like it usually coincides with some 21 Pilots lore thingy happening. So the Blurry Face Twitter, they posted first, they updated their banner, which was a picture from the pamphlet thing. So like they're like people were like, oh, why'd they post it? Then they also responded. They wrote a tweet. Now, if there's any fans that are listening and can explain this part to me, because I didn't really understand it, but the tweet just said I saw, and I was like, I don't know what it. I remember reading up on it a little bit, but I didn't really understand the reference. But then they also responded to a tweet from a user with a picture that had two half circle arrows. So like one arrow pointing this way and the other pointing the other way to make like a full circle. And you would see like 103 and 37 and then 83 and 25. So you saw those four numbers, which means I think those were the different pages. But yeah, you saw those and people were like losing their minds. So remember that DEMA page that I told you about? DEMA.org .info. People looked and they found like a sub directory on that website that was like /found, and then they put in like 103_37, and that opened up a page that was like enter the passcode or like enter the password. Oh. So people were like, what's this password? And they were trying to enter it. Turns out the password was 8325, which were the other two numbers. And when they submit it, they get a video, and the video was the Paladin Straight music video trailer. But the trailer was like muted colors, like black, white, and red, showing that like Dima's kind of released it. And the trailer is like 3 minutes, it's like a teaser. And also, while you're watching it, every once in a while, a giant red banner would show up with like Dima, violation or whatever, and like this loud like music interrupting it. So people, I think almost like because I saw it on YouTube. So someone took it from there and like put it on YouTube quickly, like Paladin Street trailer. And people were like, oh my God. And I can't remember if it was that same day or the next day. But then 21 Pilots was like, yeah, Paladin Street music video is coming out on this day, like 3 p.m. Eastern time. It was 5 days ago. So last week at some point. I purely to study the podcast was like, oh, I gotta tune into this. So I was sitting like waiting while it showed up on YouTube, and I watched the whole thing. I if at this point, if you're still listening to the podcast and you've watched all the episodes, you're basically a 21 Pilots fan. So you should just watch the music video because like it's really good. It looks like a mini movie. Like it's
really?
So I wonder if they delayed it a bit because they were working on the production of it, but it was really, I was like, holy crap. And maybe when you watch, you'll notice some other things that I didn't point out, but I'll go over the music video briefly for those of you that are like, Zorla, I don't care. I'm not going to watch it. So the music video starts. It's the first scene actually is the antlers, which you remember from the other time, but they look shaved down, and about 40-ish seconds into the music video, Tyler's actually shaving the antlers, so it looks like he's preparing for the battle. So it starts and he's just like playing his ukulele over a cliff somewhere in Trench. You get a lot of like scenic shots that are really beautiful. And as he's playing, Josh walks up with two other banditos. Josh is wearing like the bandito type, like the yellow tape, and they're holding this like crate thing. Fun fact about the crate is in a different music video on this album called The Craving. They're carving the crate. It's like a little, it almost looks like a little, jewelry box or something like that. So they're carving it, and it's the same one but bigger. And they bring it over to Tyler. Tyler like opens it. It's got an outfit in it, like the Clancy outfit, and it's transitions to the camp. They're at the Bandito camp. They're no Rocky. No. I can feel like his whiskers again. He wants to be a 21 Pilots fan.
He's like, ooh, this story's interesting.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I like, yeah, you like 21 Pilots? You like 21 Pilots? So, they're at the camp and they're like mobilizing. So, what, Rocky? Oh no, now that I pet you, you don't want to let me go. So they're mobilizing for the battle, and then they're like walking towards Dima. And as they're walking towards Dima, there's these vultures overhead, and one of their eyes like swaps to yellow, which signifies that like the bishops are controlling the vultures. There's like a whole someone released a YouTube video about it, so I'm not gonna go into it, but about the vultures, they like signify something in the world.
Okay.
It's a lot. But you can find the video. So the bishops like see that the banditos are coming, and they're like standing in a half circle in one of the towers. Now, when I looked at the video and like paused, there's only 7 of them. So there used to be 9. One of them was killed because he betrayed them to help Tyler/Clancy. The other is Nico. So I was like, okay, I don't think Nico's in this. So the other 7 are standing there, and they used what I call Palpatine powers. Those are for my Star Wars fans. You don't know Star Wars, but they use lightning bolts. Okay. Like, and then the lightning like goes through the tower, and it brings to life all the, they call them the Glorious Gone, but it was the citizens that like unalive themselves for the sake of the Dima, because they thought it would be okay. But they're like zombies, basically a zombie army with they use like a piece of their neon gravestone as like a weapon. So them and the banditos are like fighting. Tyler goes past all that. He just kind of like slips through, and he goes through one of the tunnels to try and find the bishops. Fun fact, the tunnel he goes through is like the same tunnel he took out. So it's kind of cool symbolism of like, he's coming back in, but this time he's like not afraid, and I'm not afraid anymore. That kid from Home Alone. Yeah. So he like gets in the tower, sees the bishops, he's got his antlers, and he's like, ha-cha, ha-cha. He uses like his little pew pew and like knocks them all down. And then Nico comes in like Mary Poppins. This motherfucker. He like floats over. He's like whoosh, and he puts his arms around like Tyler's neck like this, like on a chokehold. And Tyler drops the antlers. And in the song, like the actual song, at the very end, you hear Nico's voice. So he says those same his same quote, and then he's like, "Hello, Clancy." And when he says "Hello, Clancy," Tyler opens his eyes, and like the music video ends, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So one really interesting thing with Nico. Anytime, because there's been other music videos where he would capture Tyler like this. It's kind of like putting him in a chokehold, and Tyler would have his eyes closed, and he'd be like afraid. But this time, the fact that he like opened his eyes was like, again, I'm not afraid anymore. Like he's like ready to stand up. So it ended really abruptly. People were freaking out because also this was like a really tinfoil hat thing, but people were seeing how in the very end of the song they hear one note. It's like a synth note, and they're like, "Oh, it sounds like there's gonna be a second half of the album. Like it's not over, the battle's not over." Because one big thing, I think I mentioned it last week, was the 25 kept showing up, that number, and we saw also for this it was 8325. They thought, oh, June 25th is when like they're gonna drop the second half of the album, but that was yesterday, and it came and went, and nothing happened. And
damn.
So I don't know. There are now people are speculating. They're like, oh, does it mean June 2025? Because I think I don't remember if I mentioned this in my presentation, but other music videos would be like from the full-length album by 21 Pilots. And for Clancy, they would just say from the album by 21 Pilots, kind of implying that, oh, there's more to the album. And I think it's 12 or 13 songs, which is like about half of 25. So people were like, oh, and Paladin Straight kind of ends on a cliffhanger, like the battle isn't over yet because he just faced Nico. So there's a lot of the Reddit's going kind of crazy. I check it every once in a while just to see if there's any new theories. But as far as I know, they haven't posted anything else. Some people are also speculating because they're going to go on tour, the Clancy tour, that maybe it's going to be something they perform on tour to show with the battle or whatever. So yeah, it's a really, really good music video. The song was actually stuck in my head last night. And I like couldn't fall asleep. So you know when a song's stuck in your head, you're supposed to listen to it. I listened to it all the way, and I was like, still stuck in my head. Like, so I couldn't fall asleep. But it's a good song. So that's the update, the 21 Pilots update for all of you. We get some closure on that finally. But it was worth it. I think it was worth watching, and I thought the way that people found it was like crazy. Like,
yeah, that was
like you guys are, their fan base is pretty nuts. Like the fact that they went to like nuts in the sense of like dedicated. They're very dedicated and are willing to like find all these clues and stuff, and so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. Next week we'll be on Discord.
Yeah, so we're gonna do through Discord.
Because I'm moving soon.
Someone's leaving us.
Yeah, moving to the East Coast, so we won't be in the same state anymore, but similar time zones. So I'm not. So we'll try we'll do it from like Discord. I think that's what Maya and Cutie do. Yeah, for their podcast. So the format works. And I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna discuss next week. If I want to swap to music or do some more gaming, I don't know. It would be cool. They did announce that new Zelda game. Did you see that? Oh my gosh.
Where you play as Zelda?
Yeah, you play as Zelda, and it's like the chibi style, and it looks so cool. I'm so excited for that. Zelda lore is a lot. If I were to, that would be like a multi-episode. Like cover it every once in a while, because there's so much. I actually got a book once as a gift, with like, it was like this thick of like Zelda timeline. So yeah, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit.
Yeah, that's
quite a bit to
quite a bit.
discuss. So, but yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know. Of course, like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your weeks. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. See ya.
I got the wave.
You finally got it right.
Yay.